I think those dings mean I'm live. Hang on a minute. I should now be streaming in Micrographics. You should be able to see me. Teri's Creating Corn, you should be able to see me. And Teri B Fancy Crafts, you should be able to see me. I'm limited to 3, so I'm unable to do YouTube this morning, but I'll post that later. Okay. Hi. I should explain that I'm using something called StreamYard, and you need to give it permission for me to actually see your name. You don't have to give it permission, but if you don't give the program permission for it to see your name, then you need to put your name after any comment you make. Otherwise, I see it like this. So somebody's just said hello. I'm pretty sure that that's Tanith. I'm pretty sure that's Tanith. If it's not, hello to Facebook user. So yeah, for me to know who is saying hello or who is making a comment, then you need to put your name after if you haven't already given Facebook permission. I hope that makes sense. Hi, Linda. Right, Linda, yours is coming up fine, so you don't have to put your name there. Looking up fine. It's me. Yes, I knew it was you. Right, okay, so I can see there's 4 people watching. I'm going to make a start because, as most of you know, I'm officially on holiday, and I've got a date over at my mum's later. We've formed a bubble with her for the time being. Haven't seen her since March, prior to these couple of weeks. And then we'll be out of the bubble next weekend. My brother will be going into it, and that'll be it till he goes away again. Apart from dropping things off on a doorstep, of course. So I'm going over there later. So I'm going to get on with it. Well, we've got 5 now. That's enough to get going. Okay. Most of you know I'm Teri. Micrographics. Might not all know me. Most will. Yeah, I'm going to get going. Today I'm going to do some quilling. Yeah, I'm all dressed up ready for Christmas because it's Christmas quilling. I'm going to go through it from a very basic point of view to begin with. Well, it's going to stay pretty basic today. We're going to make a poinsettia. Morning, who just said morning. I don't know who you are. Morning, Maria. Your name's come up fine this time. Morning to everyone. Okay. I'm going to do this over 2 weeks, hence this one's called part 1. We're going to make the poinsettia today, and then I'm going to perhaps do a candle or some bells to go with it. You can either make a picture out of it, or you can make a Christmas card. I'm going to leave the sticking down till next week when I've got more time. Basically today we're just going to make the poinsettia. Here's one that I think I did last year. It's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to have more petals. I think they're called petals, isn't they? In the middle. Okay. So to start with, quilling tools. There's an electric one. Bring that up a bit. You can use an electric one. You can use they've got like metal ones. Other than that one, my favourite one is this one because it's got the double end. They've got the ball at the end. It's only a tiny one for slightly shaping. Now I'd like to have a spare one that's sort of a bigger one because I pull it apart a tiny bit to make it at the slit bigger because sometimes you'll find that you'll be rolling together 3 or 4 papers to make scrolls, etc., which we're not going to do, but I need to explain it. That one's just another one that I've got spare. This one's got a very, very slim slit in it, so it is difficult to get the paper in. It will go in, and this is an electric one. which is quite fun the first time you use it. So I'm just going to stick with, leave those two out. Probably the other thing you can use is your fingers. So it's not an expensive hobby, to be honest. Now the strips, they come in packets like this. That's a multicoloured one. They come in all different lengths. Here's one I bought recently, which I'm not over keen on the length. I didn't check it out because I wanted green quickly. It's not the green I wanted either, so here we go. Or you can actually use a shredder. Now they come in different widths as well. So these are 5mm across. You can get them in 2 and 3mm, and I believe you may be able to get them in 5, and I know you get them in 10, which are a lot bigger. I think I've got some here. Oops. Obviously a lot bigger, but you can use them by for cutting down and using them for inside flowers. So I think that's enough just to get you started. Okay. Right, so as I say, there's the quilling tools and there is also your fingers. Now I've got some already done over here, but I am going to, I mean, normally on YouTube they bring these in after. I'm having 2 different sizes of these. Now on 6 petals, I've done 5 of them, I've done 4 of them, and I've done some leaves there. So let's get started. I had this in a, it was a free gift in, I don't know which, you can't get it now, I don't suppose, because it was last year. I saw quilling on the front and just picked it up, but it's got the colours I need in there. No, it hasn't. No, it doesn't go with that. Oops. I'll go back to my original. There. So we're taking a strip, and as I say, you can either, I always take the ends off, just so that when you stick it at the end, it blends in a bit better. And then I'm going to roll it from this side. As I say, this can be difficult to get in. You put it in, pull it as close to the edge as you can, and then we just start twirling it round. You can talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. Morning, Donna. Oh, hi, Mean. It does say, it says Facebook user, but I think I know who you are. Morning. Okay. Now, you also, I'm going to put this in here now before I explain what it is. Be careful they don't jump up. These basically give you uniform circles. That's all they are. You can sort of let them go yourself, but it is better to have these if, well, I find it's better to have them if you want them all the same. So I only want one in there, so we'll leave it at that one for now. And then you need tweezers. They are very important. Now, the tweezers I've got here are specially for quilling. Well, they're not specially. They've got a very, very fine point. I think I've got the tweezers here, as they have. These are the ones I was using because they've got quite a small point. But I don't know if you can see, these are even smaller. They're actually quite sharp, or they were when I had them. I think I seem to have blunted them a bit. And glue. Of course, we want glue. Now, the glue you need is, it's acrylic, is great, but you need it to stick fast. It needs to sort of grip the paper pretty quickly. Otherwise, you're going to be there forever doing all these little balls. Now, I've decanted it into one of these little bottles. If you don't have one of them, you can use a acetate and a complement slip. I find that easier sometimes. I've also got this here, which is just a piece of sponge that's been dampened. If I put it in there, then it means I can keep the bottle in there while I'm sticking all these different ones, you will find that you're using it over and over and over again. Yeah, tweezers on your list. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the glue on here. The glue I use, as everybody knows, is what's the new one? Oh, got it. Is the Cosmic Shimmer acrylic, because I find it sticks very, very quick and it's very, very strong. So if I put it on here, as you can see, I've marked these acetates because I've with a sticky bit, because I've used so many. I've lost so many, as you can imagine. I'll find them again, and then they'll all stick into something else. Right? What was I doing? Okay, here. Right, make sure you grab at least the end and the one next to it. Doesn't matter if you grab too many. But if you only grab the one, obviously it's going to uncoil itself. So you need to sort of catch hold of it so that it's not going to go all out. And then what I tend to do is just pull that back a little bit, which makes it a lot easier. And you just need a tiny, tiny bit on there. And then just hold it. That's stuck already because of I'm keeping my hand on the middle because I'm now going to shape it, but as I was saying, that's caught very, very quickly, which is great. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it by there, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of squeeze. To keep that round ball in the middle, you need to sort of hold it, and then I'm just going to squeeze it either end like that. Okay. And I'm going to do all the outsides white at the same time, so it will be quicker. I find it quicker. Now what I'm doing with these, I actually ripped them in half. Okay. If you want to know how long they are, these ones are. You're not going to be able to. Do they do them in centimeters? I think they do them in centimeters. 30. About 44 they are. 44, so 440 centimeters and 440 millimeters. And these ones are about 295 millimeters. Personally, I like the longer ones because I find them more useful, especially for breaking them in, for breaking them in half and making smaller things out of them. Okay. I'm actually going to use this because it's a lot quicker. But the first time you use one of these, it's likely to go flinging all over the place. Come on. This has got rather a thin edge on it as well. There we go. So it's all about controlling it and doing it slowly. Otherwise, you can imagine how it's going to just fly off if I didn't keep my finger by there. It's a little bit of getting used to, but it's fine. Now, some people say that theirs don't spread out. If that happens, just take a cocktail stick, or cocktail stick's probably easier, and just sort of hold it and spread them out yourself a little bit. And that'll be fine. How many do I need? 2. 1, 2, yeah. And of course, the other way is, this is what I do in front of the television, take a nail like you do on the Christmas wrapping things. Yes, I see your name now, Mian. That's better. And you're just going back and forth with it, and then just rubbing it. Stuck to me. And in theory, the hole in the middle is going to be a true round, as opposed to these, because they've got like a flat. It'll be slightly flat. Be pleased to know those who voted for quilling. I had a poll in Teri's Creating Corner, which if you're not watching from there, you're more than welcome to join. It's a free group. As to what workshops would be you'd like to see next year, quilling was one of them. Come out pretty high, and that's going to be my first workshop for 2021. That actually doesn't look as good as that one. So how many do I need? Just 2, isn't it? Yeah, just 2 of them. So let's put it back. Let's see, the glue can seep out a bit when you use that, and now I've got glue all over there. I'm just going to hold that and just give it a little squeeze on the ends. The tweezers do make a hell of a lot of difference on the more intricate stuff. You can get away with normal tweezers doing things like this. The other thing with this method of putting it on here, it dries out quicker. You can see, because I've been talking too much. Yeah, it's dry. I've realised now that's why I don't do it that way. It does have its uses though, using that when you've got smaller things to do rather than using the bottle, because the bottles, although they're small, they can only be so small. Okay, so we're done with that for now. We will need it back again when we come to doing the leaves. Now you can actually leave them like that for the poinsettias. You don't actually have to do the rest with the white, but I think it finishes it off a bit and finishes it off nicely. So now basically all I'm going to do is let's put a little bit of glue on there. And I'm also working on another challenge, which is a free challenge. And you'll get more news about that in my group, but I'm going to do a lot of things in Magic Graphics as well, so you'll get to know about it here. I should have gone through what I did there. You can see I just ripped it off, but I'll do it again now. When you're used to doing something, because as I say, I do this in front of the TV sometimes, depending on what football game's on, whether I want to watch it wholeheartedly or I don't. I go around there once. I was meant to go around twice. I mean, there's no law about it, but all the others I did twice, but I don't think you're going to notice. A little bit of a... And then same with this one, up a little bit here. That does look smaller than that one. No, it's not. Right, when I get it to there, I just rip it off. The other thing about quilling papers, the darker they are, the sturdier they are. The whites are quite flimsy, which is good. And the black can be a bit too much. I only did that one once as well, didn't I? Need to go around it twice. Of course, you won't be yabbering away, will you? When you do yours. Right. And then I did only go round these ones. So I took that off as a bit of a habit. Enough do when I didn't hold it long enough. Everybody see? Oh, right. Okay, Debbie. There is, as I say, I'm going to carry on with this next week. I'm going to try and bring a bit more into, certainly into my group. And then I will be doing a workshop probably somewhere around the end of January, I think. Have a look at my plans. Now, as you can see, because I didn't go round there twice, you can't see the white very well, so I'm gonna, can't have that. I'm gonna put another layer of white around it. It'll teach me not to concentrate. You're welcome, Debbie. Right. Yeah, you can see that as well, could you, Tamith? It just didn't look right, did it? I thought I'd get away with it, but I didn't. Oops. Just trim that off. There's only one on that one as well. Right. Right. Now there was definitely only one around the of the reds. See, now this is a bit thicker because it's red. It doesn't tear off as easily as the white, as you saw. There's nothing wrong in using a pair of scissors, especially when you're doing flowers and we're going to be putting them together. You're not going to see the join really, so scissors would be fine. It's only, it depends on how picky you are at the moment. It's only a bit of learning for now. There we go. Do a bit of a better stick down, that could. I was hoping to do my quilling accreditation this year. I've been a member of the Quilling Guild. Quilled.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, micro parcels.
There you go. Lovely. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, I've been a member of the Quilling Guild for a few years. So you've got to be there a number of years before you can take your accreditation. But with what's been going on this year, I just haven't had time to do it. So it'll be 2022 now when I apply. There's a lot of different disciplines that you have to do when you have to design something. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just go along the corners. Yeah, it would be good to have something behind. Yeah, it'll give me sort of like a qualification, if you like. I must admit, haven't done really a lot of quilling this year because, I mean, well, plans all went out the window, didn't they? It's more about do as much as we can to keep us all occupied. Hi, whoever that was. I don't have a name. The last person that said hello. It's because I'm using the StreamYard system and it doesn't always bring up, well, it won't bring up your name unless you've given it permission, and even then it doesn't always. So we found out today. That's coming up thick and fast. And you'll find you can just make these fit in. If you've done it too close together, then don't use all 6. Nobody says it's got to be 6. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to do the same with these, and I find it easier to make this and then put it on top. Otherwise, you're having to stick the underneath at the same time. Just got Christmas cards coming through the door now. It's easier to do it this way. Can you see okay there? Oh, hi, June. It was you. I know this is a bit of a pain having to say who you are all the time, but it's easier I can have it go into 3 different places all at the same time. So it saves me having to ask people, can they go and share? I know it's there in the places where I want it to, but I found out this morning that I need to pay extra if I wanted to go into more than 3 groups. So it's something I'll have to consider, but that'll be when I can fund it. My business at the moment says, no, you're not having that as well. Okay, so leave that for a couple of seconds. You will find that once you've done these, they are pretty. They feel pretty sturdy for what they are. And you can make jewellery from them. I've not done that, but putting Mod Podge or some, I was going to say Vaseline then, some varnish on top. Right, there's a couple of ways that you can do this, and I will go, obviously, the workshops, I will go more into the intricacies and the technicalities of stuff. But for today, all I'm going to do is just put a few little dots, because you're not likely to to see it. I only want it up. You can see, just done a few little dots along there. Okay, I'll turn that over. You see, once it's stuck, they're quite sturdy. I'll just stick that on there. Okay. No. Haven't actually decided on, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave them for now. When I was doing them last night, I wasn't actually convinced that that was exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm going to leave them for a minute because we want some little sort of stamen type things in there, which I've forgotten about. Some yellow. There we go, some yellow. Not sure that's going to be enough. This is how I store them. This is like a little elephant thing. I don't see I love you on there because it wasn't meant for you. Don't know if I got any yellow ones like that. I've got daffodil yellow. Brand new. It's not exactly what I wanted to use, but is that a bit bright? It's a bit. I don't think if I can get no, I won't go and get away with that. So people are used to me doing this. Actually, I don't have to use yellow. I could use gold, couldn't I? Yeah. Right, talk amongst yourselves. There we go. This is where I keep all my odds and what have you. Yeah. It's better than opening another pack in there. Much better. I'll keep that for the spring for some daffodils. Okay, the other thing you can do, which I haven't done this morning, and you can add to yours, is as you see on here, I've actually put some glitter. So to do that, I wouldn't have stuck them together because I'd have done the bottom one first. But I mean, you can still do that on here. I'm wondering whether to or not. I mean, all you're doing is putting a bit of like embossing. You can emboss it, or you can put a bit of glue on there and then just put it face down. This is where the tweezers come in handy. You can just put it face down into the glitter, or that was actually embossing powder so that it was embossed. I'm just going to go for the plain and simple today. Now these are going to be too thick. I need the 3 millimeters really. Let's get some scissors and see if I can make a good job of halving these. Going to hope for the best now. I do have 2 millimeters and 3 millimeters, but I'm sure you don't want to see me looking for them as well. There we go. We'll do this one on here. And I'm going to guesstimate these because they need to be really small. You'll see. Get this in. I've got the right end, have I? Come on. That's too thick for it all. Tell you what, let's go up to this. Is it? It will go in, but I'll tell it. Oh, be careful you don't put your finger on that button before you're ready. Okay, just at the end there. And that's about it, I think. It's about as big as I want it, I think. I'm doing this by guesstimate. Go a little bit further. I've done it with this, with my fingers, couldn't I? It's very difficult. In fact, I'm going to start again on that. It's a bit more difficult than the 5 millimeters, which is why I think starting off at 5 millimeters is sort of like great for if you're beginning. And obviously, if you've done it before, then just trying to tighten this up. This would, or that would be the best for this. Your fingers isn't that good. Now I'm being fussy here, so I want it a little bit bigger is what the problem was. And I can't count how many rounds with this. It's going to be too big. Too big would be better than. These are quite thin. Not sure it was such a good idea. Okay, I'm going to go there. I can't. It's impossible to show you, to be honest, because I can barely see it myself. That much on it. Now there's nothing that says you have to have these on here anyway. And if you get fed up of doing them, just put one in the middle. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I might have to go and do a few more, but one in the middle looks fine, doesn't it? So a bit on here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, the good scissors. Bring it down that way. The other good tweezers to have are the back to front ones. I can't remember what you call them. The ones that go like kind of here. Somebody will tell me what they're called. The ones where you push them to open and then you leave them when they're closed. Somebody will be able to tell me. Right, so what I'm going to do, I am going to leave this here now because those who want to can go away and do their poinsettia. You can do more than one. And if you want to go a bit further, these I've done in here. I should have given you the measurements, shouldn't I? Right. This one is about 20 millimeters. And that one's about 17, 18. Okay. Basically, when you get one of these, just use on this sort of thing. Just use what you think is right. You can play about with them and actually keep a test of them. You know, stick them onto paper so that you know how big each one is. So as I say, I'm going to leave it for there because today because I am on holiday. But I will finish it off next week. And as I say, I'll possibly do a candle. I will do a few more of these. If I do anything different to this, I will actually show you. There is a possibility that I might do something. In fact, that'll look much better. I'll actually do something like that, and I might mix these in and out, okay? So I will do all that next week, and we will do a candle. Yeah, decided on a candle. Okay, so I hope that was okay for today. If you've got any questions, just put them wherever you're watching it, basically, because I'll look for Magic Graphics, Teri's Creating Corner, and Teri B Fancy Craft. So I'll look in all three. And yeah, I'll see you all same time and same places, actually, next week. That's okay. You're welcome, Lyndon. Thank you for staying up again. Brilliant. Thank you, Tanith. Yeah, as I say, will see you next week because I'm off now, out to see my mum. Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching. If you're on replay, if you can put replay, that would be great because I'll know then that people have come back after and there might be some questions, so I can just go back and have a look. So bye for now then. Bye.